Hello guys, I'm Tony Bellew and you are watching JD Undisputed. Here is what's coming up this week. We look ahead this week to a massive showdown between Anthony Crolla and Ricky Burns. Ahead of his next heavyweight title defense, we chatted to the heavyweight king Anthony Joshua and also caught up with local star Joe Cordina ahead of the massive Cardiff bill. We catch up next with Callum Smith following his Super Series boxing win. We take a look back next to the Battle of the Mersey, as well as also look ahead to the next JD Next Gen show with boxing legend Michael Buffer and also Hollywood superstar Colin Farrell. This, guys, is one not to be missed. First up, we look ahead to the blockbuster clash between Anthony Crolla and Ricky Burns at the Manchester Arena. This is a fight between two former world champions and a big crossroads fight, a must-win for both guys. I cannot wait to see this one. We caught up with both fighters ahead of this fantastic bout to see what they had to say.
Fight in Manchester's getting close now. Couldn't be more happy with the way preparation and that's went. Just basically we're winding down now, we're counting down the days. We're expecting a good hard fight, but sure Manchester fans are everybody coming down, attending, going to be watching, they're going to be in for a treat here. It's going to be a great fight.
The last time we sparred was 2000 and it was 2009, so it's a long time ago. He's a freeweight world champion, very good fighter, great engine on him. And there's an awful lot on the line, which might add added pressure. And I treat every fight as the biggest fight of your career because you never know what's going to happen. I know on October the 7th I've got to be at my very best.
I know in the build up to this there's been a lot of saying that there was a history retire. In my eyes that's not an option. Coming back off a loss, so is Anthony. But like I said, styles make fights and I think our styles are going to gel well.
I believe it's made me a much better fighter, sharing the ring 24 rounds with a great fighter like Jorge Linares, will be future Hall of Famer. Could have only made me a better fighter, I think we saw previously.
Although I've lost my last fight there as well, there was no shame in losing Julius Ndongo. It's not as if I'm losing at a lower level here, so the best man will win on the night. But like I said, the winner could possibly go on to fight for another title soon.
I see a tough fight, I see a tough 12-round battle with us, and there'll be times in the fight where certainly both of us will have success, but I see myself coming out on top. That's what I believe. Stick to the plan that's been set out for me.
So I've been in the MEN Arena a few times, been at obviously big boxing events there. Fans are always unbelievable, same as back home. I'm sure there'll be a good crowd coming down from Scotland and I'm just looking forward to getting in there.
I'm a very proud Mancunian and it's a special place and I'm very happy to be back there. I believe I win the fight and a tough fight, but I won it well.
As long as it's a Ricky Burns win, that's all I'm caring about.
We caught up with megastar Anthony Joshua ahead of his heavyweight title defence on the 28th of October at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. The man in the opposite corner is Kubrat Pulev, a formidable challenger. Also on hand, we was with Joe Cordina ahead of what looks to be a superb night for British boxing.
The pressure's on. It was a good fight with Klitschko, massive respect to him. Takes two to tango, and we're here now. People want to say I was there, I was at the Principality Stadium, but they want to say I saw a good fight, so I just hope me and Pulev put up an unbelievable fight and people have a good time. I've seen much of Pulev live. I've never watched him live, but I've seen a lot of him on YouTube. If I'm to put him on, you know, a record sheet from like 1 to wherever, I would put him as number 2, Klitschko number 1, Pulev number 2. He's very talented, very experienced fighter. And he may not be well known in the UK amongst people who aren't interested in boxing and more interested in personality, but Pulev is very well respected amongst the boxing fraternity, and he's going to come and try and rip these belts away from him.
You know Pulev's a real fighter. He's virtually top 5 in every governing body, 3 with a Ring magazine after AJ and Wilder. He's one of the best heavyweights in the world. Pulev's not a mug. I mean, you know, he's been around, he's boxed the very best. He can punch as well, so very important to stay focused on the job from a promotional point of view for us, and of course for Anthony, which we know he'll do in a training perspective, leading up to a very important fight.
I've never boxed here before, but from what I hear about the rugby and other sports that I played here, I just hear that the echoes just bounce from the ceiling back down, and you know, stumping feet. Remember, this is fighting. This isn't no other sport. This is combat. You know, 2 men, man on man, you're going at it. So it'll be very interesting. I've just got to kind of keep the lid on, stay relaxed. And as I said, everything that this venue is not going to be, I have to be relaxed and calm.
This is the standout. You know, AJ is the standout star in British boxing, in world boxing right now. And to come here, this is what we do. This is AJ nights.
9 rounds. I don't like going 12 rounds. There's no overtime in this sport.
More to come as well. We've got at least 1 more major fight to be added on the card. You've got the young stars, of course, Buatsi, Akoli, and Joe Cordina from Cardiff. I mean, the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable.
My 5th fight, fighting in my hometown in once was Millennium Stadium and now is Principality. It's unbelievable. I'm fighting for a title. What more can I ask for? It's an amazing feeling, and like I said, I'm just gonna be working on stuff with Tony in the gym and adding tools to the toolbox and hopefully put on a great performance on the 28th.
Next, we speak to Callum Smith, who is fresh off his win in the World Boxing Super Series. He advances now to the semi-final stage. We also caught up with the Smith family to get their latest news on what's next for them.
It's been a while since I last boxed in Liverpool, and it was a good night. It was a good fight for me. It was a good win, and it was a good atmosphere, and I'm pleased to be back and through to the semi-finals, so I can build on that and I'll be better again next time. He was by far the best I'd faced to date in my career, and I knew he was a good fighter, and though it wasn't the best version of me, I knew I was the better man on the night, and I think I was just a little bit technically too good for him.
As Colin said then, the whole event of it was brilliant. It was very good to be around, but from our point of view, watching Callum, you know, I was made up for him, I was proud of him, and you know, I'm made up he's got this opportunity.
With us as brothers, obviously you get more nervous watching your brother than you do yourself, so we didn't really take it in as much, but only afterwards, when we look back now, it was definitely a special night for us as a family.
Well, now I'm fully focused on Braemar or Brandt, and you know, want to come through that, I'll see who's in. Though there's 4 fighters who are still yet to fight on the other side of the draw, and they've all got just as much chance as each other to reach the final, so I'll just concentrate on me, do my job, and whoever waits in the final, I'm sure it'll be a massive fight. It's a big tournament, and a lot of people are interested in it, and I think everyone's waiting to see who is in the final. I think it'll be a big fight regardless of who's in it, but I've got 1 more hurdle to cross before I can think about that.
We caught up with Anthony Fowler and O'Hara Davies following their battles on the Mersey.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Liverpool, the Machine, Anthony Fowler!
I knew he'd feel my power and start moving, which is exactly what happened. I hit him with a few stiff jabs, he went on his bike, there was a circle in the ring, and at one stage I had my hands down trying to entice him in because he was running away. I want him to come, so I was giving him a target and trying to slip, but he still didn't take the bait, he was still moving, so it wasn't a tough fight, but it was a bit frustrating.
The fight did go to plan. I thought he would have stayed down in round 2 or round 3. He was a really tough opponent that I faced. The feel like your fans can't fight for you when you're in that ring. And if his fans could fight for him, I would have been out of there in round 1. But luckily his fans couldn't fight for him, and you know, the cheering and the chanting doesn't mean anything, it's just noise.
O'Hara to David.
Yeah, Fowler up against Jay Byrne, who's sort of, we put him in with all our young stars coming through, and he gives them great tests. And ended up getting stopped by Anthony Fowler, so that was his aim tonight. Great body shot, vicious. And O'Hara Davis really bouncing back from a disappointing performance and loss up in Scotland. Taking nothing away from Josh Taylor, it was a brilliant performance, but disappointing loss, come back. Really, his career at championship level was on the line tonight.
JD Next Gen Show returns to the York Hall on October the 13th following an explosive night in September that also featured Joe Cordina, Lawrence Okoli, Conor Benn and the one and only Joshua Buatsi. We caught up with a few of the fighters as well as Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer Michael Buffer and also Hollywood superstar Colin Farrell.
I can't really remember much. I remember going out there and trying to get the distance with my jab. I started landing, I missed a couple of jabs anyway, but I started landing halfway through. And I was landing clean and I could see it on his face, I was hurting him with the jab, so I just took the space off him when he was moving back. And then I started landing with some big shots and I knew I hurt him, so I didn't want to leave it a chance and let it go on, but I managed to get him out of there, which was good. But I did really, I wanted the rounds in, but like I said, you don't get paid for overtime, and you don't want to leave it to risk. So I hurt him and I got him out of there.
The guy was very awkward and quite physically strong. So as I was throwing punches, he would dip in, getting close, and yeah, it was a good sort of learning part where I had to figure out different stuff to do. No, he had a good solid chin and good guard. So I was punching him and I realised early that it wasn't going to be a quick knockout or anything. I did drop him in one of the rounds, but I saw him get up and tell his corner that he was calm, so I realised that it wouldn't be worth blowing all my energy on trying to get him out of there, so I just carried on boxing.
Great night, absolutely packed in here, wonderful atmosphere. Now we saw a bit of everything. We saw a couple of prospects getting really tested in there. We saw a great English title eliminator between Jake Paul and Joe Sheriff. Conor Benn was sensational. Buatsi at the end in a great fight. Even Okoli going rounds. Cheeseman was great. Joe Cordina was electric. Really good night. Leave here very happy. Down to Brick Lane. Salt beef bagel, easy on the mustard. Joe Cordina, I think, for me, was the standout tonight. I thought it was a great performance. He's been working really hard in the gym, been doing some great rounds with Jorge Linares sparring, and you know, he's really coming through. Very proud to represent these young fighters, most of them JD fighters as well, and a wonderful JD Next Gen show tonight.
It was amazing. It was a good night. It was my first experience in fights live, and I'm scarred forever. You've seen a few fights with guys. Not in the squared circle, yeah, not in the squared circle. No, it was incredible, man. So much heart on display up there. Amazing fights.
Next up, we've got the Duracell Bunny himself, John Ryder, taking on the JD Press Up Challenge. Watch out for this guy, people.
I'm John Ryder. This is my Press Up Challenge.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned in, because in the next episode we will bring you a full preview of Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev and also Katie Taylor's world title fight and the latest JD Next Gen from the York Hall.